Chapter 1, Verse 10. In last verse 9 we seen that Duryodhana speaks about his army. Now in verse 10, Gita declares one secret with us. Let's start with literal meaning of verse 10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishmabhirakshitam. Paryaptam tvidametesham balam bhimabhirakshitam. That means, Duryodhana said, our forces, protected by the mighty Bhishma, are unlimited. Yet the Pandava army, though smaller in number and guarded by Bhima, is adequate and sufficient. This statement is not just about two armies preparing for battle. It tells us that quantity of the warriors is not important, but quality matters a lot to be successful in the war. This war symbolizes the inner war between the ego and the soul. On one side stands Bhishma, the commander of Kaurava forces, representing the ego consciousness, the delusion that binds the soul to body and matter. The ego is powerful, keeping our attention constantly tied outward to the senses, distracting us with endless desires. And yet, despite appearing vast and unlimited, this army of desires is weak because it is rooted in illusion. On the other side stands Bhima, representing the soul-guided life force. Though fewer in number, the forces of the soul are aligned with truth, with eternal principles. They have the power to destroy delusion and bring freedom. We human are made up of light from the divine power. We are nothing but the reflection of the God, but unfortunately, we consider ourselves as a body. Answer is meditation. Meditation is the path that helps us cure this forgetfulness. Sleep gives us temporary relief by switching off body awareness. But meditation is the conscious method that lifts us beyond illusion into lasting freedom. Duryodhana fears most when the devotee awakens inner discipline through meditation. Bhima, the soul-guided life force, becomes the general of the spiritual army. Through practices like pranayama, the restless breath is calmed, life energy is redirected inward, and the invasion of the senses is halted. When this happens, ego loses its power. The soul regains command and realizes, I was never this limited body. I am eternal spirit, ever free, ever blissful. In pranayama, the body receives direct cosmic energy. The senses are silenced, and attention naturally turns toward the divine. Along with Bhima, other noble warriors, concentration, calmness, intuition, and inner perception join in this inner battle, defeating the false rule of ego. As the yogi advances, the soul enters states of samadhi, oneness with God. In Savikalpa Samadhi, the soul experiences spirit within, beyond material creation. In Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the highest state, the soul and spirit are known as one. The yogi perceives the entire creation as waves of the same ocean of spirit. Thus, this verse reveals a great truth. The ego's army of desires may appear endless, but when the soul awakens and aligns with truth, even a small spiritual force is sufficient to conquer delusion. The path is meditation, discipline of breath and life force, and devotion to God. Through this awakening, we realize, I was never a mortal being, struggling with limitations. I have always been, I am, and I shall forever remain an eternal soul. Thank you.